I've never filmed a book about my most disappointing books, but I actually read quite a few in 2017, so I thought, why not? They seem quite popular. I'm ready to be negative about some books because I was excited for most of these, actually all of these, and they disappointed me and I was upset. I have talked about being upset or disappointed in these books a lot on my channel, so if you have watched all my videos, these won't really be as surprising. A book that very recently upset me was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I was really excited to read this book because on BookTube you hear nothing but great things about Morgan Matson. She seems like the contemporary queen, so I was really looking forward to reading this book, and I actually listened to the audiobook. As I started listening to it, I thought it was okay. Like halfway through the book, I thought I was gonna give it like 3 stars. It wasn't anything amazing, but I didn't hate it. But then the cheating happened, and it was not called out. It just happened, and they just moved on and ended up together, and I hated it. I gave this 1.5 stars, I think. Maybe even 1 star, I don't remember. I just really didn't like this book. The main character was boring. This girl, Emily, who always hangs out with this other girl, Sloane, I think her name was. And one day Sloane just disappears and Emily doesn't know what to do with herself because she has no personality and she just follows along with what Sloane does. But Sloane leaves behind a list of things for Emily to do by herself. At this point, I'm not sure if I want to read more Morgan Matson books because this one was just really bad. A book that I read about a year ago, I received an ARC for The One Memory of Flora Banks by Emily Barr, and I was actually quite excited for this book, which is why I requested it. It's about Flora, who suffers from some kind of amnesia. Her short-term memory is non-existent. She can't remember new things, and one day she goes out to a party and she kisses a boy, and that's the one memory that she has. I just really didn't like the romance in this book. It was cringy, it made me very uncomfortable, even though I knew it was part of the story that Flora doesn't remember things and she then remembers this one thing. The fact that she repeats the same thing over and over and over and over and over again just got so annoying at some point. It was just very repetitive. At some point I couldn't see the words "I kissed a boy on a beach" anymore. It just made me so aggressive and I just really didn't like it. A book that I didn't hate but I was definitely disappointed in was Cress by Marissa Mayer, the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicles. I finished this series this year and I was really, really, really excited for Cress because it's so many people's favorite book in the series. I was very excited because I thought I was really gonna like Cress and her interactions with Thorn. Thorn is one of my favorite characters. He's really funny, and I thought I was gonna enjoy this book so much, but I was so disappointed by the ship, so I only gave this 3 stars. It's still a good rating, I still enjoyed the book, but I was very disappointed because I expected to love it. Another book I thought I was gonna love, but that just disappointed me, was Double Down by M. Chandler. This is book 2 in the Shadow of the Templar series, and if you've watched my favorites of 2017, you might have seen that the 1st book in the series is one of my favorite books of last year, so I expected to love this book, but I was quite disappointed because it was a bit problematic. There were slurs used and the characters weren't called out for it. Overall, the book just didn't have the same feel as the 1st one for me. I did give it 3.5 stars because I still kind of enjoyed the story, but I definitely was disappointed. And lastly on my list of books that disappointed me in 2017 is Evenfall by Santino and Ais. Another book that I expected to love. This series is recommended to people that love the Foxhole Court, so I was very excited. I thought it was going to be another series like the Foxhole Court for me that I could obsess over. And then I finally read it this year. I actually buddy read this with Civi. Yeah, it wasn't that good. It was kind of cringy. and very difficult to follow at times. The writing wasn't that great. I will say this isn't a published series, like at all. It's still like being edited. It is still like in an editing process, so I don't want to judge it too hard, but I guess my expectations were just too high because I expected to love it as much as The Foxhole Court, which I didn't. This is a kind of futuristic series about this agency with assassins. Yeah, I don't even know what else to summarize about this book. I mean, I'm pretty sure I gave it like 3 stars. I still kind of enjoyed it and it was kind of fun at times, but overall I was disappointed. So those were the books that disappointed me in 2017. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I would love to know if you've read any books that you were disappointed in, even if you didn't hate them, but just you expected to love a book, but then you didn't and it was just very upsetting. Tell me down below in the comments, and that was it for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!